They experimented, kind of had it half and half, I think 2 games each on it. But probably be Sake that plays Nazebo today, but I do feel like that is not the situation you want with MVP Black. You want SC. You just don't want him to have it. You don't want to play Nazebo at all. You want to take that away from SC. So that's something that we should consider going into the span phase now. It will be L5 with the first pick, so they're going to have that core hero in this one.
Let's see how L5 starts to draw this picture out.
Nazebo is banned by them, actually. They don't want it. And they don't want MVP Black to have it. Surprising that it would be L5 to ban this. But MVP Black is going to now counterban this ETC once again, not allowing Noblesse to play this hero today. It's really unusual. We never see this, by the way. Looks like they want to take the global of Falstad away instead. As unhappy as it makes Sake, as he wanted to potentially get it, it will be removed. And this may mean L5 just grabs the Muradin once again. That seems like L5 is worried about Noblesse's hero pool. MVP Black is targeting it down with the ETC. If P first picks it here, we'll know why Black was so intently blocking it. But it's going to be Dahaka, so L5 is going to take control of the globals. It's always the risk with the Falstad ban, but it looks like Black wants the Zeratul instead. So that's how this like kind of mind game comes to a close.
Of course, L5 already having the global. Black would need to follow that rotation with, or even they can go into something like Gul'dan or Sergeant Hammer to have that lane pressure to call for that global for a cleanup. They can have that strong wave clear along with team fight, and Dahaka would absolutely have to come join in the team fight, making the global in use.
I think they could go for a very roaming-oriented composition as well. Keep Zeratul in the solo lane, and have third win taken for Muradin, and just look for the picks on Dahaka in the top lane. Just constantly harass him, try to knock him out of the fight so they can control the shrines that way. We saw a little bit of that earlier in our first best of 5 of the night. So they might just try to grab that pairing with the Zeratul and the Muradin. I think it would be really strong here.
But if they're going to go really hard on the rotational, they can also pick up ETC later on. And exactly as you said, is Zeratul and Muradin both picked up. We saw some amazing Zeratul plays from Gyocha, and it will also be a takeaway pick from Jungha.
This is true. So L5 now. Nazebo is removed. Definitely should consider picking up Li Ming, because you don't want to have Black with Zeratul and Li Ming against you when you have Reset and Kyocha really killing it on these heroes right now. And Tissa on the top tier warrior. I think L5 will take some sort of damage here with the ETC. The question is, what will the damage be? Will they go for the Li Ming, or are they going to go for a more traditional Tychus, which they've been picking more often?
Or should they even go towards a Charism 7-sided strike with the Iron Fist to target down Muradin's health pool, just isolating Muradin whenever he cannot Dwarf Toss into it. Even with ETC, I think they can just give up. Instead, they're just going to take Li Ming. They saw the powerful potential.
Ooh,
of
Johanna instead of the ETC. That's unusual. Definitely going to help you a lot against Zeratul. Can reveal him very easily and blind him. As a majority of Zeratul's damage will come in from his auto attacks. His Void Spike is really just for mobility.
Also threatening Tychus pick coming out from Black, because Johanna does have that blind.
This is really interesting because Black is putting themselves a little bit into a corner in terms of DPS now. With the Sergeant Hammer ban, the Falstad ban, Li Ming's taken against them. Zeebo's already banned. We're going to see an unusual pick here from Black for sure. Could be the Cassia.
I think they can just have, like, sometimes they had Reset just go on Vala without the protection, just do some damage and just have Gyocha clean up the rest. That was their tactic on this battleground sometimes.
Yeah. No scaling on out of either team, by the way, to make use of that late game. So that's just not going to be a factor unless, you know, Black picks like Rainer or something. Pretty unusual. So I feel like when you look at what's left here for Black, this puts us in a situation where this might be a Gul'dan game or some sort of unusual damage. The Cassia is a possibility, but Cassia doesn't counter anything that L5 has brought to the table. This is going to be the Vala Ariel. So that's their choice instead for range damage. It's unusual to see it used like this. There's always the possibility the 5th pick is actually a Tassadar. We haven't seen Tassadar in a long time. It's obviously changed quite a bit in the recent patch, but still a possibility.
They can bring out some more protection or even another solo lane to take care of the top. And making it all strong Bala and Zero to clean up and harass from the back line of L5.
Yeah, it could be...
That's kind of strange picking Bala into on Johanna, and there's a Karazim Taika's pick. That's a lot of damage coming out from L5.
L5 has real consistent damage. They have great ways to initiate with the Haka as well as the Blessed Shield. Well, this could be like just an Arthas pick or something like, you know, more normal. It's going to be the Ragnaros instead. No extra protection for Bala. I thought we might see a Zarya come in, or perhaps a Tassadar. Twilight Archon, pretty great in the late game, but it's going to be Ragnaros. And this means Molten Core is actually going to be a massive factor in delaying and also just team fighting in general with how long these fights go, because both teams are so good. If you can actually kind of kite the fight back to a keep or fort, Ragnaros can change the fight with his Molten Core. Didn't see that one coming as the last pick here, but we will see if Black can continue the momentum. One more win to put them on match point. And remember, they need a 3-0 here in order to advance in first place of the midseason brawl. Let's go into game number 2 on Dragonshire. In blue, MVP Black, Eastern Clash champion. Sake on Ragnaros, Reset on Bala, Tist on Muradin, Gocha on Zeratul, and Meride on Ariel.
And in red, L5, SCSC on Tigers, Nachojin on Liming, Jungha on Dehaka, Noblesse on Joanna, and Swoi on Karazim.
Force Armor, obviously the choice here for Liming against the Zeratul. Block comes out for Johanna as well. This is I talked about this already, the 3rd win build where you have Muradin and Zeratul as aggressive gankers for the Dehaka. You don't have a global, but you punish the global, you harass the global, you look to get those kills. It's going to be the way they do it. It's repeatedly diving towers even, they will. That's why they take 3rd win. This is definitely a better trade for MVP Black here in terms of damage.
As they have Ariel just healing back all their damage.
So what's going to happen oftentimes in this matchup in the solo lane is Dehaka is going to push the lane, obviously, and then when Sake is kind of defending against the turrets back there, that's when the gank is going to come in with Zeratul and Muradin. So L5 is going to have to be ready for those moments, or freeze the lane so that that doesn't happen, so that Dehaka can just retreat back. They'll never really be pushing or threatening with Dehaka, but that's exactly what Black wants to achieve, and if he's being greedy, they look to punish. That's why Zeratul and Muradin are in the mid lane right now, so they can rotate up there very quickly.
They would have that lane cleared up so quickly so they can have a little more pushes onto the bot lane. Also have a little more pressure with that faster rotation. The real fight is going to start after level 10. I feel like Black, they have Kyocha for harass, but also I feel like this Void Prison will be used a lot more defensively to not have that reset onto that Liming. They do not want to have any kills given to them.
They really want to unleash this. Tess is going to have to do more, though. I just don't think this is going to work. He has 3rd win, so it's okay that he gets really low here because he's going to be back really fast, but this was a bit optimistic to try to force that to work. Actually, Bala dies in the bot lane. Looks like it's a trade 1-for-1. Might have actually been here in the mid. I just wasn't looking at the mini-map, but anyways. Going to see this continue to fight here on the mid for this Dragon Knight, but Meride can't squat this for too much longer in the 1v1 against a Karazim. They will lose top as well. The rotation down for Zeratul keeps the bot shrine, but they will lose top. However, looks like he's going to take it back with the wave actually pushed towards red side.
It's going to be for Pride. They're not really making any big rotations up or down. They're just keeping this balanced and trying to get the shrine open. But with this rotation, never mind, the top shrine is already taken by Jungha.
Yeah, every time the wave comes near the blue side, he has to leave, clear it. So it's kind of like this tug-of-war game. It's all about the minion wave. Watch it on the mini-map. When the minion wave moves to red side, it's going to be controlled by Black. When the minion side moves to blue side, it's going to be controlled by L5. Just ring around the rosy. But The thing is, Black has been consistently holding the bot shrine, which means they could threaten and unleash every time this happens, as you can see right now.
Yeah,
something's got to give in this game, right? And it feels like it's leaning towards MV Black's side.
Yeah, just one kill is going to decide a lot. And Ariel did get some buff onto her Q damage too.
Yeah, just slightly. It's going to be significant though. So.
And it's not going to be Resurrect. I'm sorry guys for the spoilers.
Yeah.
Very, very, very unlikely.
Well, the shrine will now be controlled once more with the minion wave.
There's a constant hit. Also the strike onto Soy.
Eventually, Soy will run out of mana compared to Meride in that exchange, and also Tist doesn't really need healing, so this is going to eventually be a sustained fight that is won by Black, and they're looking to get the pick on the Noblesse right now. Tons of damage going on to Reset, though. Soy gets the pick. Noblesse is actually going to survive here as well. They're going to turn this fight. Kyocha will go down. Noblesse lives with no health.
Wow.
Pretty sure he had less than 0 health there, guys. How did he live? How did he live? So calculated. Turns around for the last moment there. Gets the double. That was well played.
Wow, well
one
played.
Moment.
Well
one moment.
sniped by Nacho Jin. He was targeting right onto Bala, and they knew Bala was low. Great focusing coming out from L5. That's all they need to get a Dragon Knight. They just got the first Dragon Knight onto this wall push already.
There's one moment where there's no hope, and that's when Soy decides to go in and get the kill. We talked about this being kind of a question mark for us going into the series, is what is Vala going to be able to achieve with only one healer here in the Oreo? And if the target selection is good and the focus fire is good for L5, that's when she's going to be a problem more than an asset. And we saw that in that last fight. So L5 gets the first Dragon Knight here. They're going to get a wall at least. Perhaps 2 walls with this. The top lane is being split pushed by Ragnaros currently as Jonga actually came down.
And that's already a pretty big problem as L5 has the global potential of the Haka just rotating up and down. They have the potential of soaking in extra EXP, and they are already up a full level lead.
Throughout this game too, there hasn't the focus has always been forced by L5 into the mid lane, so we never got to see that ganking that I was talking about with Kyocha and Tist. Because they're always focused here, struggling to deal with this, mid lane. Obviously, Noblesse is giving them some issues. But Chonga and Sake have just been kind of even up here, and the minion wave has kind of dictated the shrine as it is. L5 gets 10 first, so there's no way that Black can deny this Siege Giant camp, but Black got their own camp right before, and they'll get 10 shortly afterwards. This is only a tiny lead here for L5. This game is going to be a supreme late game. It always is. It's Dragonshire. Remember, neither team has a massive advantage in terms of late game scaling. Oh, look at this targeting on Meride, though. Caught out. Without heroics here, couldn't Aegis himself. He has it now. 2 seconds too late.
Late even Flash Shield and 7-sided strike used on Meride. Heal on himself was not enough. And 10 was just reached a little bit too late. With that extra soak, and the Haka even came down to join. And now that's going to be the big rotation, and the macro will really matter. They still have the full level lead for L5. And Black, I feel like with that lead on L5, they have to really engage and make a team fight. And Kyocha from standing, as I said, Boy Prison will be used more defensively for team fights, but I think they have to go in, engage with that Boy Prison.
That's going to be what they have to do. The targeting for L5, the focusing has been really good, and with 7-sided, it always is a bigger issue. So Tist can't play as aggressively as he'd like to, or he may pay for it, which means that the Avatar cooldown is something to always keep your eye on. Could save him in a tough spot when he's being aggressive and trying to zone. If he doesn't have it, 7-sided becomes all the more deadly. Lane push controlled here in the top lane by MV Black, so they should be able to take that shrine. They already have the bottom one. They have this controlled very well. In fact, SC taking some damage. The wave push is in favor of them, and it looks like they're even posturing for an unleash here in mid. Although, drag here onto Sake means even with the lane push, can't hold it forever, and with the now Bruiser camp pushing up, they won't be able to control it. Jonga's just gonna step up here and take it.
And with that, all the camps already gone, and they're just fighting for this bottom shrine.
A lot of damage coming on to Swoy here. Seven-sided is committed to, actually. Has to Aegis himself, which means Reset has no protection. The Aegis will actually get the kill, though, onto Swoy. They get a second one. Meride survives and come in for some more healing. Wants to get the crown onto Kyocha here. There it is. Void Prison catches two, but Nitrogen is still free. But they bought enough time for Sake to rotate down. They have the number lead here. Whoa, look at the timing on that Sulfuris. Meride needs to back off. Noblesse wants the pick here. Has to heal himself with a tiny amount of hope. This fight is crazy. But L5 has the larger health pool, even though they are down in heroes. The adaptation was used very well for Jungha. No one else is going to die.
How in the world Jungha survived and also Meride? He got hit by the smash and the adaptation came back right after. It must have been very, very close for the kill. These team fights are just amazing to see. And both teams surviving at the very end with so little HP.
Sake's going to stop this channel. And there's no way to take the bot shrine right now, but with the siege camp coming, they might be able to have a window of time, a very small window, mind you. The wave's pushed against Jungha. Looks like they want to commit for this. Once the siege giant camp pushes that out, they're actually posturing up in mid right now. Unfortunately, it didn't actually happen. Reset didn't get on the shrine early on. It's kind of crazy that A just got the kill there. If Karzium hadn't died there, it would have been a totally different fight because Swoy could have given so much more sustain. L5 should have won that fight.
I think Swoy didn't have anyone to really go in dash to, or he would have died anyhow after he dashed in. So that was the big difference. That made it the big difference in the team fight. Now they're even level, and SCS gets so much damage from Reset.
Ooh, Blessed Shield misses here. Seven-sided though. Nearly gets the pick off here. It's actually going to be immediately the Avatar right after the Aegis. Tist is not going to die here. It's still a fight that it looks like L5 has the advantage in, despite having two members removed for so long. It's because Sake is not here. He's split pushing. He's playing like he's Falstad, but he can't come in to save the fight because he's not a global hero. He's going to be content to just continue to push, but this push is much stronger. And I don't think Sake is going to be able to get that fort, but L5 nearly does in this bot lane. Look at this grab here onto Tist. Kyocha's coming back down. He doesn't have the Void Prison, though.
That's the problem, and Kyocha trying to harass it for a little bit, but just blinks right off. And Sake has been soaking this entire time, so they did catch up a little bit more in the XP. It puts about even.
Yeah, but you know, the bigger issue I feel here is that this, when you compare the damage done, it was way better for L5.
But they, I think for the commit, all the things they have committed all the way down there, I don't think not getting their mission was to get the 4, but they couldn't get it, and Black successfully defended that well. I think it was really worth it.
Yeah, nobody died, especially on the side of Black. L5 committed resources without big returns. So we're going to see this shrine is taken for L5 right now. Both of them. Look for the channel here. They have the global, which is always going to be really useful in moments like this. Dog has been really just forced to deal with these top pushes, though, because Sake is just permanently rooted there, it feels like. Blessed Shield once again misses. They wanted to get the pick on the Muradin. That was going to be tough to make happen regardless, but that's a long cooldown for the next engage. It's going to be tougher for them to get that single target isolation with the seven-sided without it. That's what they wanted onto Tist, but
Tist says, this is my ground, get out of here.
Yep, and there's going to be the squat.
There's a Detainment Strike on the Li Ming!
They want more than this. Void comes in. Kyocha's going to look for the pick. Look at the timing as well. SC cannot get out. Swoy is dead too. Using seven-sided to try to buy some time. Well played. That all happened in 1 second when Li Ming tried to use Disintegrate to stop the channeling of the Dragon Knight. That was greedy. And in 1 millisecond, Black was able to determine that that Disintegrate coming out was going to be the reason why he was going to die there. Disintegrate came in. He was positioned too far out on the wrong side of that wall. Detainment Strike is the beginning and the end of that story. And this is actually possibly just going to be a keep for MV Black because they were going to get a Dragon Knight almost no matter what, but L5 got greedy on the delay. They lost multiple members, 3 dead. Means this is not a defendable keep. Black takes a massive lead now.
Oh my gosh, we're getting close. MVP Black is really looking for that 3-0 win today. Of course, this game is not over yet, but MVP Black is making those teamwork, and Kyocha's Void Prison at the perfect location to stall some time, make sure their team is in position when they're in the danger zone. What a play, and Zeratul, that's why it is banned all the time and picked all the time in the first rotations of all teams in Korea.
Just so powerful, such a playmaker. So much utility in the void, so much mobility, super high skill cap hero. And we're talking to the best players in the world here. As mentioned, this is likely a preview of the mid-season Brawl Finals.
Now with that, the Haka, they have to really put the Haka into use now. Sake even joins the team fight after they have the lead.
Okay, Disintegrate used early here in this fight. They're going to commit. Big Aegis here is actually going to do quite a bit of damage. Meriday has full hope. Sulfura Smash does not connect. Good disengage here for L5. Noblesse is taking a lot of damage, though. Reset is doing so much here. He's going to have to back off. He gets the heal. Can't actually build any more hope here, so he's not going to get any more heals if he can't turn and fight. That's the problem with only having one support for him. Aegis was already used.
Swoi comes in, does tons of damage to Meriday. That's 2 already down. Swoi's on the front line.
Okay, they're turning this around, though, with Molten Core. It's going to be a 2 for 2. It just really feels like there are situations where L5 understands how to fight against the ball here with the single support. Kyocha and Tist, the dastardly duo, nearly get Swoi. He has to Avatar here.
Actually,
And look at this, Swoi's coming back. He wants to get back in on this. Kyocha's coming in, misses the spike. Oh my God. I knew this series was going to be good G-Clef, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. Pressure here will be relieved now of these catapults. Close call for L5, but they lost more there.
But it's not top or bot, so it's going to be a little bit easier to clean it out for L5. But they did manage to get this forward with the top camp push. And it is still a full level lead for MVP Black. They are about to hit 20, but with the Haka, they can split Soak a little bit more, try to wait. They still have top and bottom fort standing still, very healthy. They can get some more time, get Soak up to 20, and try to fight after.
20 is a powerful tool, and MVP Black is going to have Dragon Knight with it.
That was a cute toss.
So this is looking to be almost a free second keep. They don't want to. You would wonder why, you know, if you're a newer player, why they didn't go into the top lane, because there's no fort there. The reason is because the top lane is not a lane you can really end the game on. It's very risky with the bridge there. So you take the safer path here. Looks like they want to even go directly to the core. So much already available, though, for L5 to defend, even without 20. This is the greedy tactic for MVP Black, but they want to end the game now. Seven-sided used early here. The Dragon Knight is going to be knocked out, but look at all the damage on the Junga. He has to adapt and get out.
Just going all the way in.
This Dragon Knight wholly wasted, though.
I think they were trying to get some picks of it if possible, and there's the Voipers installing 3. SCSC looking for the positioning. Smash misses!
Those Smash misses, the Rain misses as well, but look at all the damage coming out. Reset is trying to get these picks. He's just doing so much. He has this multi-shot build that he's done, and it's really stacking up the damage. And he has Nexus Frenzy now, so you can see how much that adds. But Black decided to try to end the game instead of going for core. Seven-side strike really slowed that Dragon Knight down.
He even went for Submerge instead of Heroic level on for Rag. I think they really wanted to finish it as soon as possible, but L5 is going to hit 20 very, very soon as the Haka is pushing the top lane.
20 is going to be up in just a second. Wonder if we'll see Temporal Flux here again because of the need to slow Vala and catch her. Nope, it's going to be Tel Raja. Indestructible, a huge power spike for Johanna as well because she could just basically stay in the fight forever.
See how much damage Swoi is doing alone, and Natrojin will be the target as this Stonebolt's actually a minion there.
You can tell Natrojin is nervous. An uncharacteristic mistake there to turn the Disintegrate around without just canceling it and walking away. So definitely some slippery fingers here in this important best of 5.
But
If Black 3-0s them, L5 will have to play through playoffs. There's a chance they might not go to Sweden if they lose these next 2 games.
It's a big mindset difference too. Just the fact that you have to 3-1, 3-0, and that there's no other way. And L5, even if you lose it, if you have 2 maps of MVP Black, you will still be in the first place.
Yeah.
I think MVP Black is literally bringing everything to all the games here.
So this is a pretty stressful situation. Now with the keep gone, it's the easiest keep to clear because it's mid. Sorry, it's the easiest catapults to clear because they're mid, but still very frustrating as Black is just massively ahead in terms of structures, which means that they're always going to have the edge on these shrines. As you can see here, eventually that mid catapult push has to be cleared, so this can be a channel on the Dragon Knight. Kyocha could squat this if he wants to. Doesn't look like they want to commit to it just now. There's no reason to. They weren't in position in mid. Let the catapults do their work for them. See, for L5, when they want to delay these Dragon Knights, it's nice for them. They can also just go mid where the catapults already are while delaying. So it's the best keep for them to have, I guess, down in terms of pressure.
They do have the mid lane open all the way to the core, but a single Dragon Knight and then just that's a great catch on the Noble. It takes down so much HP.
He has Indestructible though, so there's no reason to try to finish him off right now. He could have tried to pop it and then retreat.
This gets a lot of HP down. And even heals are not enough. Does not pop the Avatar yet though.
He has third win, so he's going to get back up to full health in no time. And L5 is basically just fighting their losses here, backing off, clearing this catapult wave every time. So they actually have this counter pressure in the top lane. For the first time, Black will actually have to deal with pressure.
It takes a lot more for Black, and this is actually time for L5 to engage in.
This is risky for Black. They're outnumbered here. Vala only has the Ariel for support.
So even if they have the top shrine and the bottom shrine, they cannot channel at all. And they know this is going to be dangerous, and the Haka can come in all the time.
If L5 was forced to deal with the top lane pressure or something like that, that would be an opportunity. If the top lane pressure was like on the core, they had to go back there. Because it's mid, they can just keep clearing that and also be in position to go to either top, bottom, or just delay the Dragon Knight right there in the middle. So it's working out at least okay for them. As Coach is just going to start to threaten this lane a little bit. They're going to just take their time here and continue to push this mid lane so that it's no longer just straight in the middle and actually on the core.
They're just trying to pressure the mid lane so they waste their time going around. Now the shrine's off for L5 as this camp is really doing the work at the bottom lane, taking down. Oh.
Okay, here we go. Reset actually in the middle of the fight as usual. And actually 7-side going on, but multiple targets here. Swoy should not have committed in there. And the rest of his team is falling back as SC is getting annihilated by Kyocha in the backline. That's going to be a triple. And this may just be game. The smash connects onto Nacho Jin. And that is a 4-man wipe. Noble S is going to be the next to fall. It's going to take him a long time to, obviously. Indestructible still available. Completely ignored in this fight. As you can see, the core is under attack. Indestructible is worn off. Kyocha. Oh, looks like it wasn't procced yet. Never mind.
Even blinks away
he wants
for the
Dragon Knight, but it won't matter.
The core is going down. It won't matter.
That is going to be game over. Swoy goes in there alone. No support from his teammates and the multiple targets. Wasn't able to find anybody there. Dies immediately, and the fight went without him. There you have it. MVP Black has a 2-0 lead. They want to repeat the performance of the grand finals of Eastern Clash. They want to win this 3-0. They want to go directly to Sweden. Well, they went all the way to the grand finals in 2016. They were stopped, of course, by Tempest. Well, they have a new rival here in L5. And this series may go the exact reverse opposite of the last one with the 3-0 for L5. And Black wants to take it, man. One more win, and they are going directly to Sweden. And they look dominant today.
They look very synergized all throughout. And I think even if Swoy lived on that front line on the very last team fight, Kyocha was on that Odin form the entire time, and losing Tychus on the back line, I don't think. Well, it would have been a little bit better for L5, of course, but I don't think they could have won the team fight at the end anyhow.
I think they got desperate because they were like, we're going to lose this eventually because of the pressure from the keep. Let's try to take a big fight to get the counter keep so that we don't have that pressure against us anymore in the mid lane. But the team fighting was better there in the end for MVP Black. Sometimes L5 was over-engaging into the Aegis, taking a lot of extra damage. Not talking about last fight, just talking about consistently. Kyocha killed the Tychus in the Odin there at the end, kind of off-screen.
By himself
1v1.
with that rewind,
yeah.
Yes.
Because there was no one to save him, and Hyde was low, then dead, so he wasn't able to come back. Sorry, not Hyde. Swoy was dead, so he couldn't come back and heal him. There was no Palm in this game. They went 7-sided, but there were very few